What's up, yo? I'm Joe, 31 years old. It's my first time ever recording a YouTube video. I, like a lot of people, watch countless videos about suboxone taper, how to quit, how to taper, blah blah blah. And I've been building a friendship with one of the big guys that I watch, Kickin' Addiction. So, Kev, thanks for inspiring me to do this, man. This is my first time ever doing something like this, but I've been told there's this great help in it. I've been giving a little thought of what I wanted to say and address in my video. Mainly doing this for the accountability part of it. I mean, I don't know. I've never experienced uploading videos for the internet to see. I see people that just start out have like 5 views and maybe 1 subscriber if they're lucky, so I don't expect much of it. But the reason I'm really starting is because I'm on an extremely high maintenance dose of suboxone. I don't necessarily want to say the amount because I don't know if I'm ready to hear all the shit talking it's going to bring about how useless it is to be on such a high dose, the ceiling effect, and blah blah blah. But let's just say it's above 16 milligrams, and I do my suboxone about 4 to 5 times a day. I've been an opiate addict my whole life. Well, I mean, since I was 15. But the reality is, every time I got some clean time, the longest being 2 years, I relapsed on pills, and I quickly jumped back on suboxone because it's easy for me to get. And then that just becomes my drug of choice, and I stay stuck on it. Another thing I wanted to mention was that in January I started TRT and Blast and Cruise. That can maybe be for another time. I just wanted to mention that because, I found someone that was very similar to me in a lot of ways that I related to, and I reached out to him from YouTube, and this guy has been just there to email with me and stuff and talk, and I feel alone all the time because one of the biggest side effects of this high dose of suboxone, or maybe even low dose, is the isolation. I live alone. I have 2 kids. They live with their mother about an hour away from me. And I see them every Sunday. Sometimes it's a struggle to even get there because I'm just so unmotivated for anything. I don't even have the drive to do that. A big point of why I wanted to make this video is because I take way more than I need, and I know that. But we get on suboxone to fight the opiate addiction and obsession, but that obsession never left for me. That obsession went from Oxycontin to Laudid right into suboxone. It's the same obsession now. There's sadly no difference. And this is me really putting myself out there because I know a lot of people will talk poorly about that and say, it doesn't get you high, blah, 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 blah. But the point is that it's got me, man, and I am obsessed with this fucking drug. I'm on a high dosage. I mean, I'm prescribed 12 milligrams a day, and I go over that. Being that I'm so new to this, I don't know if I'm allowed to say half of the stuff that I'm saying and shit, but I'm not really going to worry about that now. It's my first video. It's not like 1 million people are going to see this the first day, or maybe not even 10 people will see this. But I just need some guidance, some help. I'm watching so many people on here struggle with this suboxone stuff, and I want to get it to a point where I'm just taking it once or maybe twice a day, and at the same time. It's none of this whenever I feel like it crap, because I'm on a drug that can't be quit in 5 days. You know what I mean? It takes like 5 days for it to start getting really bad. You know, so I switched from the Laudeds to this, Suboxone, and it's going to be a motherfucker. I've been through it before. I've gone to rehab strictly because I was addicted to Suboxone. I mean, I went into detox on about 16 milligrams a day and was being fed Suboxone in there again, only to have to go through the withdrawals in the treatment center itself. So, you know, this drug is the problem in my life. You know, and I don't really hear anybody talking about Suboxone as their drug of choice, you know. In that aspect, I feel alone because some people get on here and say, oh God, man, Suboxone's the best thing in the world, saved my life from heroin, blah, 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 blah. And definitely true. Cannot argue that. I mean, who am I to argue what has saved your life? It's just that with me, my drug of choice is Suboxone. And it's supposed to be a drug to help you manage your addiction or whatever you want to say. I'm not here to argue semantics and points of views. I'm here because I'm lost, man. I'm 31. I have beautiful things in my life. I have 2 beautiful children. The mother of my kids is amazing. She's a woman. She's not going to say all the other things. I have a car. I have my own place. I work 60 hours a week. I work out. I have food to eat. Girls are attracted to me. My problem is I'm not down with relationships or sex. I have no desire for that. I'm not down to go out and socialize and meet new people. I mean, I'm taking, you know, testosterone right now, and I don't even have motivation to work out. I know I'm going to get a lot of shit for anybody into bodybuilding for that as well, but, you know, this is part of the repercussions of putting myself out there on the internet. It's the fantasy world of social media has become my reality. I've traded my real life, the opportunity for real life connection for connection with the phone. I mean, here I am now talking to my phone. It's the most I've talked in a while. The last 3-4 days I've been homesick with flu-like symptoms and bronchitis. I got an inhaler and a bunch of stuff. So, you know, I guess the point of this video, guys, is that I feel lost. I feel hopeless with Suboxone. I don't know how to get myself to stop taking it 4 or 5 times a day. I don't know how to just take all my milligrams at once. And I need help. I mean, I don't know if anybody can relate to Suboxone being their drug of choice. I think a lot of people, especially if you're new to Suboxone, just jump on it and you're like, this is a godsend, this is saving my life. Okay, well, wait till you've been fucking on and off of Suboxone for years at a time, for 10 years of your life. I mean, when I was 21, I first did Suboxone, and every time I get on it, I'm on it for years, man. And I didn't know how to taper off of fucking Dilaudid. I don't know how to taper off of this. I was obsessed with Dilaudid. I'm obsessed with this. You know, the only thing I don't do is steal and rob and con and shit to get my script. And, you know, there's other ways of getting it when you don't need a prescription, you know. So, anyway, if anybody can just get back at me, my email is my name, Joe Catania 88 at iCloud.com. Just reach out to me. I would greatly appreciate it. And again, I want to give a special thanks to Kickin' Addiction. That guy's been there, doesn't know me worth shit, but he's taken his time to email me over the last couple of weeks, just talk to me, and it feels good to have a bond with someone that, you know, is going through a lot of the same stuff that I am, you know. So, thanks, Kev. Maybe there'll be a lot more videos to come, alright? Just a quick bicep shot. I figure, why the fuck not? Haven't worked out in a week though.